morning. If you turn in your gray hymnal to number 347, we will be singing Gather the Spirit.
Good morning. I am Sahir Kul, serving as president of the Board of Trustees here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Spartanburg. It is my great pleasure to welcome each of you today. We are truly excited about your presence, as together we aim to cultivate a vibrant, beloved community where kindness, support, and joy thrive, celebrating our rich diversity. If you're visiting with us for the first time, we cannot wait to meet you and share all the fun things happening here. You will find visitor cards in the pocket of the chair in front of you. Please grab one, fill it out, and place it in the offering plate during service. We would love to connect with you. There's so much going on here. To keep things simple, you can find a monthly connect in the lobby and a weekly one-page summary in your order of service. A big thank you to Ann Garner and the Interconnectedness team, for improving our communications. Now, there are a few key announcements I would like to share. We invite you to an informal meeting right after this service today. This is a great chance to get ready for our annual meeting on the 18th. You'll learn about the proposed budget for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, and you can ask the questions you have. Our leadership development will share details about the proposed leaders for the congregational vote, and you will get to hear about our recent bylaw review findings. Then, mark your calendars for May 18th. We will celebrate flower communion during the service, followed by our annual meeting and a joyful church-wide potluck celebration. Please bring your favorite dish. It will be a meaningful and fun-filled day at UUCS. Details regarding the annual meeting can be found in this week's happenings. Thank you all for contributing to our space of love and belonging. Your commitment makes this community truly special. Enjoy the service.
Good morning. My name is Cindy Freeman, and I'm delighted to be serving as your worship associate today. For our chalice lighting, we will be reading the responsive reading as Jennifer lights the chalice, and it's in your bulletin on the first page. I will read the regular font, and the congregation may join me on the italicized parts. This reading is from the 20th century theologian James Luther Adams, who studied in 1930s Germany and spent the rest of his life advocating for the importance of churches standing up to totalitarianism. I call that church free. I call that church free, which enters into covenant with the ultimate source of existence, that sustaining and transforming power not made with human hands. It binds together families and generations, protecting against the idolatry of any human claim to absolute truth or authority. The covenant is the charter and responsibility and joy of worship in the face of death as well as life. I call that church free, which brings individuals into a caring, trusting fellowship that protects and nourishes their integrity and spiritual freedom, that yearns to belong to the Church Universal. It is open to insight and conscience from every source. It bursts through rigid tradition, giving rise to new and living language, to new and broader fellowship. It is a pilgrim church, a servant church, on an adventure of the Spirit. The goal is the prophethood and priesthood of all believers, the one for the liberty of prophesying, the other for the ministry of healing. It aims to find unity in diversity under the promptings of the Spirit that bloweth where it listeth and maketh all things new. Now, if you will turn in your hymn, your gray hymn, to number 29, we will sing Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee.
Before
Our congregation has a tradition of the rippling bowl. When we come together, we bring all of ourselves, including our joys and celebrations, as well as our sorrows and concerns. Coming forth to place a stone or shell in the rippling bowl is a way to symbolize sharing those joys and sorrows. You are invited to come forth to the rippling bowl as you desire. I will place a stone and shell in the bowl for those of you who are joining us virtually. We may now come forward. Thank you, Taffy. That was beautiful. Our congregation does not have a specific creed that we all have to believe in order to belong. However, we do try to live our lives with intention and the hope to create a loving community. For this purpose, our congregation has created a covenant, which literally means an agreement. This we use to express our intentions to our church family and for our greater community and the world. The words of the covenant are in the order of service or below the live stream if you're joining virtually. Please join with me. With courage we say, we are a people of faith and hope. Together we covenant to strive to become our better selves, to honor both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to respond to systems of violence and oppression with the power of a love beyond belief. And now for the fun. We have included a greeting time as an official part of our worship because building community and welcoming our neighbors is so important. We want to make sure that all who enter here feel welcome. Your level of engagement in this activity is totally up to you. We understand that all levels of participation are personal, and we totally accept your individual choice. As you're greeting others, please respect your neighbor's personal space. It's fine to remain seated if you wish, and it's okay to just wave. In a few minutes, Taffy will start playing, and that means that greeting time is over and we must return to our seats. So now let us greet our neighbors.
have any children or youth that would like to come down for Time for All Ages, I have a little special treat for you down here to entice you. Hello, friends. How are you doing today? Good. Have you guys seen these? Some of you have been using these, right? What does that say? Busy bag. Let's see what's in this busy bag. This is a demonstration for our grown-ups. All right, we've got a clipboard with some really cool coloring sheets. We've got Legos. Now, this is not a tambourine. It's to be quietly building Legos. And we've got, a little poppet, fidgety poppet. And these are really cool. These are marble mazes that were made special just for us. You know how do we use the marble mazes? How do you do it? Done. So you just move the marble around the maze? Then when it gets to the end, you're done. And you can move it back the other way, right? Yeah. And of course, what is this? That's right. It says broken crayons still color. And I do say that all the time because it's true, right? What's in here? Lots of things to color on our coloring pages, right? Ooh, I like it. So these are all things, and one more thing. Another maze. You can try to figure that one out. A little fidget maze, right? What are all these things for? To keep you entertained? Yes, so you don't have to be bored and go, Mom, I don't want to be here, I want to go somewhere else. So you can keep your hands busy and you can still listen to the music, huh? And your brain busy, yeah. Oh, well. Oh, that would make it very hard. So does anybody know where these bags are? Yes. Where are these bags? That's right. They're right outside the doors, and they are in a big pink bucket. And they are for just kids, right? No. Who are they for? Everybody. That's right. Because you know what I like to do when I'm listening to Pastor Scott? I like to color. I like to draw too. You did give me your coloring sheet, and I put it on my door in my office. So if anyone wants to color a sheet to give me, I'll put it on my door. All right, we've had these busy bags for a while. Have they been fun? Have y'all enjoyed them? Yeah? Oh, well, that's what you get for Dollar Tree Legos. Maybe I'll find some real Legos and put in there. Oh, what was that, Kara? I said there's that other thing. Oh, yes. I thought you were talking about this other thing here. What is this? What do you think it is? It's a gift. It is a gift. Does anybody have any ideas what they think might be in it?
Something for the church, probably.
More busy bags. Well, it's kind of something for the busy bags. A cushion? Okay. How about we just open it up?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Do you want to come help open it? Y'all can all rip it open. What is it? It is a carpet. It is a rainbow rug. We can fold it up and we'll talk about it for a minute. All right, we'll just put it here. It's fine. Okay. So this rainbow rug is going to be a special rug here in the sanctuary. I'll take it. Thank you, Kara. Thank you. All right, Allie, come sit beside me. Come right here. All right, so this is a special rainbow rug, and that will stay in here, and each color represents something that our congregation cares about. So red is for love. We love each other. Orange is for kindness. Do we care for each other and are kind to each other? Yep. Yellow is for learning.
Absolutely.
Yes. Green is for growing.
Yes,
We all grow.
I'm growing right now, but I don't feel it.
Yep. Blue is for peace. Do we advocate for peace? Yeah. Indigo and violet is for the mystery of wonder. Ooh, mystery and wonder. Yeah. I said green was for growing. Oh yeah, green is for growing, like leaves. This rug is a special place where you can sit. It'll be somewhere in here, and it'll be a space where you can sit with a grown-up. There'll be a grown-up on the rug as well. And you can listen to the music. You can play with the busy bags quietly. And you can still be a part of the service, but sometimes you might just want to stretch or lay down or, just hang out a little more casually, right? Get away from your parents. It'll be a special place just for kids and youth.
And I'm still my daddy.
Yes. And it is a special place that says you belong, right? And you belong here, right? Can you say that with me? Say, you belong here. Let's all say that. You belong here. That's right. And I mentioned those grown-ups. There might be a grown-up or two who sit on the rug with you, and I've given them a special name. Do you want to know what it is? The Rainbow Rug Rangers. What is a ranger? What does a ranger do? Someone that takes care of something, that's right, or someone.
It's
Someone
someone who takes care of animals.
who takes care of animals.
If they only want.
Uh-huh, yeah. So when you think of like a park ranger is someone who protects, guides, and looks after a certain area. And often in nature or at a park, that might be to help people stay safe. That might be to take care of the animals, like you mentioned, or the plants. It might be someone who teaches visitors about the outdoors or gently reminds them to stay on the path and not wander off. So that's kind of what our Rainbow Rug Rangers are going to do. They are going to be the person that helps you reminds you, let's try to be quiet, or teach you something about the service, or help guide you through the service, right? So we are going to have Rainbow Rug Rangers, and if you want to be a Rainbow Rug Ranger, say that 3 times fast, just let me know. So next Sunday, you're going to look for this special rug in here, right? And you are welcome to sit on it, right? Yep. Yeah. Because what does it remind us?
About here. About here.
Right. You all belong here.
About.
Say it. We all belong here.
We all belong here.
One more time, everyone. We all belong here. All right. We are going to head out and play on the playground for a little bit. So I will meet you back there, okay? And you all are also finishing up class today, yes? Yes. All right.
Okay, that was fun. Now it's time for our offering. Our church is blessed with members and friends who are generous with their time, talent, and treasure, all of which are necessary for running the church and to support our outreach to the surrounding community and world. We recognize that folks can give their gifts electronically, so when we pass our physical offering plate in a few moments, please add your blessing, even if you aren't contributing financially this moment. Every month, we also share the plate by choosing to support a cause that is beyond our regular budget. Our Share the Plate this month is support for earthquake victims in Myanmar. This is through the UU Service Committee. Now, would the ushers please come forward?
Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossoms on that tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Dragonfly in the sun, you know what I mean. Butterflies having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. This old world is a new world and a bold world for me. And I'm feeling good. Stars when they shine, know how I feel. Son of the pine, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, that's how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new day, it's a new life, it's a bold life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Wish that when I was a kid, somebody had given me a magic carpet. It's a good reason to come to church. Join me in silence. A free church. When James Luther Adams was a young man in his early 20s, a student of theology here in the United States, he had the opportunity to travel overseas to the epicenter of 20th century theological thought in Germany. The very best conservative and progressive theologians in the world within the Western tradition were in Germany in the early part of the 20th century. Not only in philosophical and theological thought, although certainly with that, but also in terms of history and archaeology, critical analysis of texts and traditions. And he had the opportunity to go. But what he learned there was not so much what he absorbed in the classroom, but what he watched playing out around him, learning both a dire warning and a hope. He watched as, in the aftermath of economic devastation, the Great Depression, the Nazi regime rose to power. And he watched the ideology of that regime invoke religious and pseudo-religious themes that resonated with the German population to cultivate allegiance. He watched as the state-sponsored church saw an opportunity to advance its own power by affiliating with that state power. To the point that now we can look at photographs from that time and see flags with swastikas flying behind altars in churches in Germany. James Luther Adams became the leading UU theologian of the 20th century, an ethicist and a thinker about congregational life. He watched the capitulation of religious institutions to a dominant authority and the ruin that it caused people and a country. And so he spent his career advocating for congregational life, organized spiritual communities that could stand up for values, stand up for people in the face of any threat, any dominating power. He made this his life's work not only because of the negative example that he saw, but because during that time, he also watched a precious few leaders, a precious few congregations who did something different, and who claimed not allegiance to an external authority, but an internal reason, an internal spiritual authority that equipped them to stand up in the face of domination, to advocate for something else, so that no matter how dark the valley of the shadow that they crossed through, they were able to lead their people to the other side. You've heard me say for 8 years now, it'll be your curse if it's 8 more, that it is important in the life of a congregation to pay attention to numbers. Numbers like how many people attend worship, how many people are members, what is your budget, are you able to fund your budget, what can people pledge for next year. It's important to follow these numbers because if we don't, they will sneak up on us. They're very important measures that tell us a story about how things are going operationally, and we can't ignore them or we'll pay a cost. But these are third-level indicators, trailing indicators. They're not what is most important, and even though we pay attention to them, they're never the point. The mistake comes when we get confused and we think power, self-preservation, security and finances, or in other numbers, is our point. We've gotten confused. We become susceptible to misleading ourselves or being misled by others. The world teaches us to be afraid of scarcity. And if we choose to become afraid of scarcity, we will be afraid. It's very logical. But that's not what we're here for. Instead, there are leading indicators in the life of a congregation or any spiritual community. Indicators also for us as individuals. The ones that I see are four. When I am working in a congregation or talking with someone else about another congregation, these are the questions that I am concerned to ask. What is the spirit in the place? What is the energy that accompanies that spirit? Are we on our purpose? Or if we're not sure what our purpose is, are we trying to figure it out? Are we pursuing our purpose? And finally, how do we deal with conflict? Because, as you know from the internal struggle that I'm inflicting on you now, when people gather together, there will be conflict. It's inevitable. And so the question is not if, but how. How do you handle conflict with others? When we live with these kinds of priorities, what is the Spirit guiding us? And I don't mean that that needs to be a spirit you believe in or something beyond yourself, although if you do, great. What I mean is the Spirit that is within you, however you identify that. What is that Spirit? And what is the energy that it conjures in you? What is the purpose that it helps you fulfill, your goal, your intention? And when inevitably you enter into conflict, either with the people you love most in the world, as happened to me several times yesterday, or with people you absolutely struggle to love. We're going to call it struggling to love here. Whoever you're in conflict with, how do you handle that? How do you handle it? Is it aligned with your purpose, with that Spirit? When we live with this, we live with freedom because we are not beholden to external forces. We will experience those conditions, and they will shape us. They will be a factor in our life. We live in a contingent world. They will not control us, whatever power they exert. We live this way. Even interruptions in our life call us to that deeper purpose. Think about the interruptions you're experiencing in your life right now. Fear about work, stress about money, arguments, people you don't want to be in arguments with, worry about legality, status, civil society, worry about money, worry about your own belonging, about who you are as a person, and whether there's a place for you. Worry about sickness, about illness, about age. Interruptions are like conflict. They're going to come. There is an inevitability to them. But when we claim this inner authority, whether we're totally clear about it or not, when we are pursuing a spirit that is life-giving and a purpose of intention, then even these things that come crashing into our life are like a bell ringing, calling us to our deepest self. Think of the way a crisis stops us in our tracks and makes us ask, what is most important now? And what are the resources I can access or depend on? Not only financial, but people resources, community resources, friendship resources to help me find my way through. So that no matter how bad the situation is, those resources, people, material, spirit, paradoxically, they become stronger step by step along our way. I saw this standing in a hospital corridor just this week. A person whose life was badly interrupted by an accident. Devastating consequences of a fall, and no certainty about what the outcome may be. I asked them, were they afraid? This is a truth-telling person. And they said, yes. Yes. Everything in life come to a screeching halt. But around that person gathered family, chosen family, friends, fellow congregants, everyone with a very sober view of the situation, gathering to show support and care, gathering to affirm love for this person, gathering to watch over and to counsel, to help guide as difficult decisions slowly unfold. And standing there was quite a gathering of rabble from this congregation. Watching tears in people's eyes and anxiety in people's questions, I marveled to also see people who have been in fights with each other, hugging each other, because they were clear their purpose is to care and love in this moment. People very unnerved by uncertainty, cracking jokes to alleviate each other's stress and anxiety. People totally aware of reality, able still to laugh, to love, and to help. This is a picture of what is possible. It is church outside of these walls, gathered in our lives where we need it most. It is people full of a spirit of love and compassion, totally clear on purpose to know reality and navigate it for the benefit of everyone there and one most of all. And with that purposeful spirit, freedom to laugh even in dire circumstances. That's freedom. Not to just do whatever you want, but to be able to find your way no matter what's going on around you. Not to the neglect of it, but because you know it so well, you can make choices in it rather than it control you. We do not know what the future holds. Numbers will move up and down. And the world around us will worry and chase them. but a people filled with a spirit of love and a purpose to create a world of mutual thriving for all beings, where everyone has enough and no one has to be afraid. That people is free. And step by step, no shadow of the valley is too dark to find our way home.
We've changed the last number of our hymn. If you will turn to hymn number 131, we will sing Love Will Guide Us. Thank you. As Jennifer extinguishes the chalice, let us read again the responsive reading that we read at the beginning of the service. I call that church free. I call that church free which enters into covenant with the ultimate source of existence, sustaining and transforming power not made with human hands. It binds together families and generations, protecting against the idolatry of any human claim to absolute truth or authority. This covenant is the charter and responsibility and joy of worship in the face of death as well as life. I call that church free, which brings individuals into a caring, trusting fellowship that protects and nourishes their integrity and spiritual freedom, that yearns to belong to the church universal. It is open to insight and conscience from every source. It bursts through rigid tradition, giving rise to new and living language, to new and broader fellowship. It's a pilgrim church, a service church, and a picture of the Spirit. The goal is the prophethood and priesthood of all believers, the one for the liberty of prophesying, the one for the ministry of healing. It aims to find unity in diversity and the promise of spirit that bloweth where it listeth and maketh all things new.
Aren't these flowers beautiful? Hasn't the music today been so beautiful? Isn't the world around us so beautiful today? This is such a beautiful day. You're all smiling even though your lives are totally interrupted by so many problems. And now somehow, in the magic of this place, you've conjured a magic carpet for our children. The spirit in this place is strong, and our purpose for the well-being of all is clear. We are ready for this adventure.